Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Dragon Warrior 3 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Last episode, Prince Ernie and his companion Sadie, Indy, and Tennison visited the castle town of Samanao, and they learned that the king there was pretty evil. He executed some people, he threw people in the dungeon, including us. While we were in the dungeon, we found out that the king really is an imposter. He stole the Staff of Change off the real king, threw the real king in jail, but we did manage to escape from the jail and got a nice piece of information from one of the prisoners that the Mirror of Ra can reflect the true nature of someone. We were told the mirror is down in this cave to the south, so it's up for us to go down and get that mirror and then I guess expose the fake king for the monster that he is. The problem with this cave, it's not that difficult of a cave, except if you decide to get all the treasure, because most of the treasure inside the cave is a lot of the treasure is mimics, which are stronger cataboxes. The problem with mimics is they tend to cast a defeat spell, which is an instant death spell. And we don't really have anything to protect against instant death. Eventually you can, there's some robes that protect against instant death. The Angel Robe we could have bought back in Tendaki, that protects against instant death. And eventually though we'll get these stones that are a little bit better. They're called Stones of Life. And basically, rather than, if the spell would be successful, the stone breaks, rather than the character dying. So, really annoying. We're actually going to make 2 trips through here. First trip, we're just going to go get a whole bunch of treasure here. All these treasure chests here that are out in the open, they are all money and treasure. Mostly money. In the upper right, there'll be a room that we'll have to enter, and when we enter that room, there's 4 chests. All of them are mimic chests. So if you don't want to fight the mimic chests, just get this treasure right here. And then to the south, there's a way that we'll come back from. And there's some treasure chests there that also have some mimics. But we're just going to, like I said, get all the treasure chests, even the ones that are mimics. I'm not going down to the south because down the south, we're going to come back that way to come back when we're exiting the cave. The cave, in order to get to the Mirror of Ra, you have to drop down a hole, fall down, kind of like in the tower where the Echoing flew with the Tower of Art. You're going to have to fall down from above, and then work your way back up. So here's the mimics. What, like I said, they like to use the defeat spell on you, and if they don't have enough MP for the defeat spell, what they'll start doing is they'll start using rob magic to steal your MP off of you. So yeah, MP wasn't high enough, so now what it's going to do is, next turn, it'll probably cast rob magic on one of our characters. It's annoying because these guys can attack twice, so they can rob magic twice, or they can just rob magic and then cast the defeat spell. So yeah, a really deadly enemy. So. And unfortunately, we can only have 1 leaf of the World Tree at a time, and none of our characters have any revive spell yet. So, the Sage and the Pilgrim won't get the, I think they get the first revive spell, Vivify, that has a 50% chance of recovering somebody. They believe to get that around 24, and the one that works 100% of the time, they get around level 38, so it'll be a long time until we get the 100% spell. It might be a while till we get the 50% chance spell. Prince Ernie gets it too, but much later. I think he gets the 50% one around level 28. But like I said, that's the spell set levels that you get them at aren't set in stone. There's just the minimum level that you can get a spell, but you're not guaranteed to necessarily get the spell at that level. So yeah, it's one of the annoying things about Dragon Quest 3. One of the few complaints people probably have about it. So these guys, they can have they have a lot of hit points and they can take quite a beating. Yeah, they're stealing all of MP too. That's even worse. Because you don't want to be caught here. We have the Wing of the Wyvern to like go back to return to places, but there's no item that functions like the outside spell in this game. So you're gonna have to have at least 8 magic points to escape a dungeon quickly, and if you don't, well, then you're gonna have to long trek out. And so when we use our Leaf of the Wall tree, we'll pick up another one later on when we go to that lake. Where Olivia's ghost was stopping us from going into, because when we get there, you know, we're going to be near where the wall tree is, so we'll just pick up another one there. If we get lucky, those voodoo shamans can also drop a Leaf of the Wall tree, but wouldn't expect it. Here we got another one of these mimics, and unfortunately, like I said, we've lost our wall tree leaf, so if anybody gets taken out here now, well, we're just gonna have to continue on. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to do this cave all in one go, because taking out like there's 8 mimics, and being able to have everybody survive fighting all 8 mimics in one go probably ain't gonna work. So, or at least, you know, we have a much better chance with 4, you know, only fighting 4 at a time. That's what we're doing here. We're clearing out this top level of this level of the treasure, this top part of the level. If you head to the south, you'll see there's a tunnel, and I'll point out when we actually get into that tunnel, because we won't actually go through that entire tunnel, but I'll point out where it links up. See, and that defeat just knocked out 2 of our characters. Here we go. And they can attack pretty hard too, so none of us can use the parry trick now because Prince Ernie can't use it because he's not he has the run command, and Indy has no one behind her, so any hits that he does are going to be at their full attack power. There's our last mimic chest. So as you can see, it's not really wise to fight all these mimic chests, but you know, I wanted to 100% the game and open all of them up, so. Now, I guess there would be a good reason to fight them in the remake. The remake, they have, at least for the Game Boy Color, they have this medal collection kind of side quest where enemies drop medals when you defeat them. And you have to get, in order to unlock everything, you have to get 2 silver medals and 2 bronze medals. And then you can get like gold medals, so if you really want 100% that game, you gotta spend a lot of time farming enemies and hoping they drop a medal. So this guy finally cast the feat enough times that he took out Prince Ernie. But we defeated him right away. And I'm gonna have to use the outside spell here. Luckily we have, like I said, we have that Wing of the Wyvern that'll allow us to use the return spell. Because otherwise, Indy wouldn't be able to. We'd have to use the Wizard Ring to get some more MP, because Return casts 8, and she only has 6 right now, so it's a good thing we had that extra Wing of the Wyvern. Then we'll head back to Aleahan, so we can use the Vault there, and we'll revive all the characters. You'll see that based on their levels, determines how much it costs to raise them from the dead. So you see that Prince Ernie will cast be more expensive than anybody else. It's not because he's the hero, it's because it's level based. But luckily we got enough money through that little trek fighting monsters, and also just picking up those chests that we have enough to revive everybody. Unfortunately, it's going to put a little bit of a damper in our savings, because like I said, we're trying to save up to buy that silver shield, or 3 silver shields for everybody. One more to go. They'll be revived with full hit points, but it's been a while since I had to revive somebody. You'll notice though here that they do not come back though with full MP, so we're gonna have to stay at the inn to recharge our MP, so that we have enough to go in for the second trek to explore that cave and get the mirror. Luckily though, Samanao, it has a warp return point. So we can just warp there. It's not like Merchant's Village or the Village of Moor that don't have a set return point. So we're able to just cast return and then do that quick little walk to the south of the castle to the cave. Ready to go hopefully find the Mirror of Ra. Got a few stat boosting items, so might as well just drop them off here. The inventory's getting a little tight, so that's one of the good things I guess about another part of the remake is they start giving you a bag, and in the bag you can store like a whole bunch of items. So there's no real point to the vault really. I mean, other than I guess keeping gold, but in terms of like items, there's no real reason to. Because there's the bag will have more than enough storage space in them. They also, I think, start in future editions, start allowing you to stack items. So like here, if you have like 2 acorns of life, it'll just be acorn of life, and it's not like acorn of life times 2. The only thing that they did that with was the herbs in Dragon Quest 1. They didn't even stack torches or anything like that, so kind of annoying, but not as annoying as those mimics though. We still got 4 more of them to go. Yeah, our ship like warped in here. Can't do any sailing. We could, but we'd just be stuck in that little lake there. So this whole top floor here, totally empty, so just head straight to the pathway down. And here's another new enemy, the Cure enemy. A little bit stronger than the healer enemy, and where the healer casts the heal spell, the Cure casts the heal all spell. And so that will revive that will bring a character back to its full hit points. So you want to make sure that we take those cures out first. Otherwise, they'll just heal up any damage you do on the lethal armors. Who we met in the Tower of Arp, and really annoying because they cast that defense spell and they have high defense themselves. So it takes quite a few rounds to finish them off. And that whole time they're hurting you pretty bad because they often cast the defense spell to lower your own defense. Sadly, they're not very susceptible to the defense spell that we could cast for free with that Orochi sword. Otherwise, that would help out, but nope, they gotta be difficult. But once we get rid of the cures, then we can concentrate all our damage. Hoping there for a nice, tremendous hit from Tennison. We got one there from Indy. That's nice. Tennison should have a pretty decent crit chance. I mean, compared to everybody else. It's based on her level. Where everybody else is just a 1 in 64 chance. And the level. Nice. Alright, heal ourselves up here. The enemy is, like I said, the biggest problem, like I said, is the mimics. You'll see they're the ones who did the most damage to our party. There's a pretty bad enemy later on, down on the bottom floor, but I'll point that one out when we get to it. But other than that, you know, if you avoid all the mimics, you shouldn't have much of a problem in this cave. So you see this little hole here? We gotta fall down this hole, and it'll take us right to the Mirror of Ra. Now, if we weren't getting 100%, you could just, you know, cast the outside spell right here, and get out of the cave. So like I said, this cave could be really, really easy if you just go right in for the Mirror of Ra, because you would just probably just go right in, fall in there, grab the mirror, and then warp back out. But like I said, we're getting everything, so we're going to collect the rest of those chests and the mimic chests as well. We have a unique piece of armor coming up here. It's called the Animal Suit, and when you put it on your character, they turn into a cat. Unfortunately, you can't use that to trick the shop vendor at the Elf Village. You actually have to have the Staff of Change to do that. So I guess they're too smart to. They're like, you can't be a real cat. You know, why would a real cat be buying you know, weapons and stuff? So even when they're solo. So here's that tough enemy, not the skeleton. Skeletons are like kind of a tough enemy in the first Dragon Quest game. That's when you first started having to use the sleep spell. But the Terror Shadow that accompanies the skeleton there, because the Terror Shadow can cast the Snowstorm spell that can hit for quite a bit of damage for all your characters. There's a Snow Blast right there. It's doing 30 damage to Prince Ernie. So saved a little bit from Sadie and Indy though because of the parry trick. And the magic armor only protects against fire and fire-based attacks, so it won't protect against the snow storms. So yeah, the magic armor, no protection against that. Yeah, probably the best thing to do is, you know, if you run into them in a group, try to take out the Terror Shadows first. Then the other shadows that we ran into earlier weren't a problem because they just mimicked a different type of enemy. Alrighty, now let's head on up. This will take us back to that floor where we got all that treasure, but we're in a southern passage. That if we eventually head all the way over to the left of this passage, we will end up leaving we'll end up back in that room with all the treasure. But we won't be doing that. We'll be once again casting the outside spell to just get out of here quick. Now that's a mimic chest, and the chest on the left is also a mimic. I wanted to get this chest first though, because here's we find the Stone of Life. Whoever has the Stone of Life, if they would be defeated, it said on this that if they would be defeated while holding that staff, the stone will break instead of them being defeated. So you just get a message saying like, you know, the stone broke, but hey, it can save your life. So, and unfortunately, Tennison's life was not saved there, which really stinks because I later find out that she's really close to gaining a level. You know, fighters are very dependent on their levels. It's alright. We'll get her back on her feet eventually, so there's no other dungeon that has such a concentration of mimics in it like this one. So there'll be dungeons, of course, that'll have like maybe 1 or 2 mimics in them, but by then we'll also be much stronger and be able to take them out quicker, so they have less chance to use that defeat over and over again. And they only have a chance to use it once, but still, after that they realize they can't do it again, they'll start using Rob magic, and then they'll start doing it again, so the quicker we can take them out, the better. Makes us wish for the canna boxes were back. They were pretty easy compared to these guys now. At least the only thing with them we had to worry about was their tough attack power. And have to worry about instant death. Yeah, status ailments, instant death, that tend to be more hazardous to your party, especially as you gain up in level. You start getting so many more hit points. You have so many ways to restore your hit points. All the healing spells, and then you mentioned even items that can restore MP. So yeah, we have the Heal More spell, we have the Wizard's Ring if we need it. I've been transferring some medical herbs. I'm going to do that a little bit here because we're going to get another medical herb. I'm transferring them to Tennison because there's going to be a part in the game coming up where you have to send one character by themselves. And I'll probably just send Tennison because Tennison has the most room in her inventory. And she can pretty much handle most things. She has a higher crit rate. She has some wizard spells that can take out large groups if need be. And she also has the Staff of Thunder. So this way we can, you know, send her. She has the most inventory space. She has ways to deal with large groups of enemies with the Staff of Thunder. Single tough enemies, she has the higher critical hit percent chance. And then like I said, with the most inventory space, she has the greatest chance of being able to get all the treasure without having to pick something up and drop it. So, but that'll be in a little bit. So this little side quest here. And that area we're gonna have to send them on their own. That is the back in Lancel. Remember we went to that one village in the middle of nowhere, basically like the Madagascar type area, and we needed a key to get to the big shrine there. They were like, "This is a tiny village, but we got a big shrine." That's where we're gonna have to go solo, but I wanted to gain some levels before I decided to take that on, because Tennison, since she class changed, you know, is a little bit behind most of the other characters and levels. So by doing these other quests first, I can get her up to, you know, a better, you know, more reasonable level to help her survive. Now the game does throw you a nice thing. It gives you a little bit of a break. The enemies that you'll be fighting there, since you're only going to be solo, they're not as tough as the enemies on the outside, like on Lancel in the field. They tend to be kind of the weaker enemies, like kind of I guess what we fought around maybe the Cander's Cave, and before there, maybe like the pyramid type area. So that it gives you a little bit of a break, you know. You're not taking on enemies that are equal to the area you're in. Well, that clears up this cave, but unfortunately we're going to have to use the Wizard's Ring. Luckily, it doesn't break on us. The Wizard's Ring, like I said, every time you use it, has a 10% chance to break. So if you're lucky, you'll have it work for a while. If you're not lucky, well, then it'll break right away. Luckily, when we get the Staff of Change, we can use it to go to that elf village, change into a non-human form, and then buy Wizard's Rings from the store there. So if that one would have broken, it wouldn't have been that bad of a, you know, it wouldn't be that bad, because like I said, pretty soon we'll be getting the Staff of Change. We'll get it, of course, when we defeat the fake king. So I just popped here real quick to make a quick save, because this is the closest place, this is the easiest place to make a save. We'll pick up next time, we'll heal everybody up, and then we'll head back to Samanao and hopefully unmask the fake king. Take care, have a good day. Bye.